Chapter 10, Mountain of Beasts. Kieran's lips are soft, warm against your shoulder, rousing you from sleep in more ways than one. Kieran. His eyes are aflame, he is stretched out above you, your skin bare against his. I can't stay away. Every waking thought dwells with you. You have bewitched me. You bite back a moan as he kisses his way down, sliding his hand to the inside of your thigh, drawing it upward. Shall I taste you? Oh God. What seems like hours later, because, it was about 3 seconds. He holds you close as your pulse slows. When you finally look up into his eyes, the intensity in them is startling. What is left of my heart, Ella, belongs to you. When you leave, it will shatter anew. Your eyes fly open to see your own bedroom, and you fall back against the pillow with a sigh. Ah, dream, of course. That's the only way Kieran could be so... Not really. Dawn has yet to break, and you rise anyway, too restless to sleep and begin to dress, but memories of the day before crash over you. You think of Kieran's lips against yours, the scent of crushed flower petals beneath your naked bodies. I do enjoy the way you plead. I could tease you all day. And the distant, somber look on his face as he sends you off in the carriage alone. I can't believe that really happened. You slam the wardrobe shut and hurry to change in your clothing for the day, unable to relive the memory of it. Kieran couldn't even bear to ride home with me. He knew it was a mistake. I'm such a fool, as though a poor country mouse like me could ever offer anything worthwhile to a prince, a high prince of the Fae. Couldn't possibly... It shouldn't matter about the Fae courts, be damned. I couldn't hold a candle to the splendor of the Fae like lustre or radiance. Even if I could, I'll eventually grow stupid and wrinkled, and 100 years after I'm gone, I'll only be a fleeting memory, if he thinks of me at all. A sudden tide of sadness washes over you anew. Even if I live as long as Sir Montgomery, I'd suffer the same fragmented memory, and Kieran would still have to watch me die. Your heart thumps hard in your chest, reminding you of the final unyielding problem that dashes all of your hopes away. And he could never love me in return. Not unless the final piece of his heart is restored, the beast trapped inside my chest. I want to break his curse, but at the expense of my own life? You look at yourself in the mirror, at your drawn, melancholy expression, and touch the charm at your neck. You make up your mind. I'll help Kieran as best as I can recover his heart, but at the equinox, I'll take off this necklace and return to the life I must live. It's for the best. Is it though? You slip into the kitchen, lighting the fire in the stove, letting it warm the chill in your bones. You pull out a few eggs, some sausages, and a hearty loaf of golden bread. One thing I'll certainly miss about this place is the food. But as you come to realize, you'll miss more than that. The Moon Palace no longer feels like a ghastly prison. Longclaw keeps the kitchen so warm and cozy. Sir Montgomery is always greeting me with a smile and a grand story. The palace is neglected, but it is still so lovely. You imagine what the Moon Palace might look like, restored to its former glory and filled with light and laughter again. It almost feels like home. As you crack a few eggs into the skillet, the door opens and you jump. Ella, you're up early. Your Highness, I wasn't expecting you. Did I wake you? His eyes are hard as flint, and your stomach flips. He doesn't even look like to have slept at all. We must talk about what happened in the grove. You feel your cheeks flush with heat and look at your shoes. You needn't worry, Your Highness. Yesterday was lovely, but it needn't change anything between us. He frowns. Is that truly how you feel? You steal your jaw and nod. His boots come into focus as he steps closer, and then he tilts your chin up with one finger. Look at me. He searches your face as you struggle to maintain composure. His voice is a gentle murmur. Never mind all that. Ella, are you all right? I did not harm you, did I? Harm me? What do you mean? I had not done such things with a mortal before, and I know I am not always gentle. For a moment, you're lost in his eyes. Then you swallow hard and shake your head, breaking contact. I'm perfectly fine, Your Highness. Your Highness, I will help you find the last piece of your heart, and then when the spring comes, I will go home, where I belong. Ella moves to touch you, but you make yourself out of reach, out of stab. Kieran, we shouldn't. Why not? I have a kitten in front of my screen, sorry. There's a tense, awkward moment as you struggle not to look at his fierce gaze, and then the smell of burning reaches your nose. Oh, the eggs. You hurry to the skeleton flip, and the now well-done eggs. Kieran peers over your shoulder, curious. How odd, I've never seen anyone prepare food without magic before. Is it ruined? Not at all. Flustered, you crack another egg into the pan where it sizzles. He watches in fascination as you add a pinch of salt. Excuse me. You rush past him to reach for a handful of mushrooms from a nearby basket, keeping your hands busy. You seem well versed in this art. I cooked often at the tavern where I worked. I'm not sure I call it art, though. He stands beside you, transfixed as you roughly chop the mushrooms and add them into the pan with a bit of fresh butter, and you glance at him. I'm in your way. I will leave you to your meal. You don't have to. I do not wish to trouble you further. Oh, look at that. A diamond choice. Who would have seen that one coming? Stay and have breakfast with me. Are you sure? It will go faster with help anyway. Come on, grab a knife. He settles up beside you, unusually hesitant. He watches your sure movements and tries slowly to mimic them. There, you see, no magic required. I'm rather more accustomed to using a dagger. Well, it's good to learn something new, isn't it? How else may I assist you? Why don't you, chop some onions? Easily done. He begins neatly slicing, dicing, much faster than humanly possible until... He rears back suddenly, pinching the bridge of his nose. What's wrong? My eyes, what sort of devilry is this? Oh no, I'm sorry I didn't warn you. You fan the onion fumes away from his face, trying to stifle your laughter. Warn me of what? Did you enchant these onions to poison me? Don't be silly. Onions make you cry. I thought everyone knew. Here, don't touch. You take out a handkerchief and wet it, dabbing at Kieran's eyes. It stings. I know. Just keep them closed and it'll pass. This happens every time. What is your mortal trick to avoid the onion's ire, then? Don't breathe. You lead him over to a window and unlatch it, letting in the fresh morning air. I always cut onions with the window open, for one. He watches with quiet concentration as you put the finishing touches on the meal. The human way of cooking is very slow. Yeah, but it tastes really good, though. We don't have an option of magic. We learn to cook or we don't eat, and most of us do it ourselves without servants to help. You can't help but laugh at the troubled look on his face. And you must do this many times each day? Yeah. Most people have it 3 times a day, but you know. Well, yes, over and over, day after day, until we die. His brow draws together in a concern. No wonder your lives are so short. They're full of toil. It's true. Without a word, he takes the kitchen scraps and tosses them into a bucket for you. Then why thank you. Next you can, put on a pot of tea. To your surprise, he does so without complaint. You raise a questioning eyebrow and he seems affronted.
Do you think I became a High Prince without knowing how to do something as simple as boil water?
I mean, maybe?
I am no useless royal, Ella.
I beg your pardon, your highness. I stand corrected. Soon, the delicious aroma of a hearty breakfast fills the kitchen, and you take the skillet off the stove, even though she burned some of the egg.
Allow me.
He pulls out your chair for you as you sit. Thank you.
My pleasure.
He sits beside you, and you eat together off a shared plate. Is this the simplest meal you've ever had?
He thinks a moment while he chews. Perhaps it is. But seeing the work that must go into it, I would hardly call it simple.
Thank you?
Though I still prefer using magic.
I'm sure if I could use magic, I'm sure I would too. You eat together in companionable silence, and it almost feels normal. If only things could stay this way. He swallows hard and puts down his fork.
I came to your door this morning when I had returned to myself.
You did?
When you did not answer, I believed you had fled.
Kieran.
Put your hand on his eyes flit to you cautiously and troubled.
I keep my promises, Kieran. I'll stay long enough to help you get back the pieces of your heart if I can.
And then you will be gone with the spring.
You bite your lip, unsure what to say, when suddenly the door swings open to reveal Longclaw.
Oh, your highness!
She dips into a curtsy, but not before she spots your hand on Kieran's, obviously with delight.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I'll leave you two alone.
Kieran abruptly stands and nods to you both. No need, I was just leaving.
He brushes past Longclaw, but lingers at the door looking back at you.
I will come find you at sundown to begin our journey to the Mountain of Beasts. Until then, thank you for the enlightening experience, Ella.
You're very welcome. Kieran leaves when you start clearing the table. Longclaw walks past you, humming cheerfully to herself. Not one word.
Whatever are you talking about, my dear? I said absolutely nothing.
As the sun begins to dip towards the horizon, your nerves begin to get the better of you. When Kieran finally knocks on your open door, it makes you jump with fright.
It's nearly time. Are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. Your heart thumps uncomfortably as Kieran takes you in. From head to toe, you flush from the heat of his gaze. Get yourself together. You have to focus on the night. His lips purse, and you find yourself getting distracted by the lovely shape of his mouth. How can his mouth turn so quickly from cruel smirks to sweet words to sinful pleasures?
This won't do.
What won't?
He searches through your wardrobe for a moment and then pulls out a sturdy, fur-trimmed outfit made from typical Fey elegance. You'll freeze in the air during our flight, and the mountain will be colder still. Take this. Its magic will keep you warm and protect you on the journey.
Keeps me warm. Fight off the chill in this furred vest. It's glowing ruins, radiating heat. And it's black. It's pretty, I get it. And part silver, but Thank you.
He hands it to you, his glare hardening when you hesitate. What is it?
Can you at least turn around? He cocks an eyebrow.
There is no part of you I have not seen, Ella.
Well, this is different. Please. You look down and gasp in wonder as the embroidered design begins to glow in heat, chasing away a faint chill that has been your constant companion all winter. This feels just like being wrapped up in a blanket by the fireplace.
I thought you would like it.
Together, you hurry into the courtyard just as the last rays of sun turn rosy as the sky bleeds into twilight. You're quite sure this will work?
Having doubts.
I have faith in you.
Though he doesn't smile, something about his expression warms as he steps closer. You have a courageous heart, foolish perhaps, but noble, for a mortal. He settles his hands on your shoulders and looks into your eyes. If we come into trouble, run, do not look back.
But
While my heart is incomplete, I am immortal, you are not. Run, hide, do what you must. I will find you again when the moon sets. Kieran checks the sky. Nearly time, are you ready? You nod mutely, breath quickening a little as Kieran's clothes dissolve into smoke, drifting away and leaving him bare in the failing daylight. The change will take place any... A sudden shudder runs through him as he startles and gasps. Are you alright? He drops his head weakly as ebony feathers sprout from his hair. A pair of powerful wings bursts forth between his shoulder blades. The hands that grip your shoulders flex suddenly, rippling black scales breaking out across the skin. Claw points prick your skin for just a moment before he pulls his hands back. Finally, he looks back at you with eyes black as the endless night sky. Hawkman! Oh! You needn't look at me. I know this form is monstrous to you. Not really, actually.
Kieran, you're not a monster. You aren't responsible for your curse. This is not who you truly are. And yet he still looks good.
Cradling his cheek, your fingers brush through the downy feathers sprouting from his skin.
I know you. I'm not afraid.
Your throat works wordlessly. Ella. He turns his face upward to the darkening sky. Let us fly, then. He wraps you securely in his arms, and with the powerful unfurling of wings, you ascend. Your stomach drops as air rushes past your face, stealing your breath. You cling to Kieran as you climb higher and higher still. The blast of frozen air numbs your face, but the rest of you is cozy and comfortable, heated from within by the enchantment.
How did I ever live without magic?
That is gorgeous. That's pretty. I like that. The vast tapestry of the Fey Woods stretches out below as the world falls beneath you, becoming miniature and distant.
This is incredible.
Initial terror soon morphs into sheer giddy joy. Kieran tries to speak, but his words are lost in the wind.
What did you say?
A rush of ascent slows as his wings stretch wide, the wind quieting as you glide through the air. His voice is warm and sure in your ear. There, do you see? That is the glen where we first met.
He points out a nondescript patch of trees. It looks so small. I'm amazed you remember where it is.
I remember everything about that day.
You see the seaside? I've heard stories about the ocean, but I've never seen it myself.
He holds you tighter and extends a clawed hand to point at the distant horizon, and you squint but see nothing. If you keep going in that direction for many days, you will find the sea.
I would love to see it one day.
Perhaps you shall.
What about there? What is that?
You point out a large, pale building that rises above the trees in the distance, glinting in the setting sun. The Sun Palace.
Where Prince Radiance lives?
The very same. His arms squeeze you more securely against your chest. You know, I've never flown with anyone else before. It is enjoyable. You look up at Kieran. His face is beautiful, noble, proud, dangerous, wind rippling his feathered hair.
It is.
A sharp, sudden longing stabs in your chest, making you lose your next breath.
I love him.
The realization dawns on you with a mixture of relief and heartache.
I love him so terribly it hurts.
He carries you effortlessly, the world rushing by below, for what feels like ages.
As though only the two of you, beings in existence. It doesn't change anything. I don't wish to go, but what other choice do I have?
That's a dumb question. Tears begin to prick the corners of your eyes, scattering the frozen wind like tiny diamonds. If it must end, if this love is doomed, then I cherish every moment of it that I have left, every heartbeat. You bury your face in his shoulder, listening to the soft drumming of his heart as the two of you soar above the jeweled landscape below. Aww, that's pretty. As the sun sets, Kieran spirals you gracefully down onto a blasted gray mountainside. Your legs are a little shaky as you land. That was amazing. A ghost of a smile passes over his face, but he is wary and distracted, eyes darting past you to the rocky shadows beyond. Keep close to me. You have your amulet. Of course. Quickly, you slip the protective amulet from your pocket and loop it around your neck. Good. We have less than an hour until moonrise. We must find the heart piece and fly home before the beast takes over. You jump suddenly as the shadow stirs up ahead. Then you spot another and another. Oh. Well, hello. That's new, I think. Those must be... Yes, the beasts of the mountain. But the beasts stick to the shadows, repulsed by your amulet, just as the charm maker promised. You shudder, trying not to look at the dark, twisted creatures as Kieran tugs you forward to a steady clip. What are they? A warning to all who think themselves above Fey law. I don't understand. Kieran throws a glance back at one of the beasts as it circles past you, eyes burning with hate and hunger. Then the Night Prince looks away again. His expression is pained. What they once were, it does not matter. All you must know is that without that amulet, they would tear you to shreds without hesitation. Hear the tale of how the mountain beast earned its name and learn a secret of the Fey courts. Mountain beasts. Many years ago, a party of Moon Court nobles was traveling through the Fey Woods. Wary of the road, they took a shortcut through the mountain pass. When night fell, they stopped to make camp, for in those days the pass was safe for travelers. The nobles were merry and carefree, trading bawdy stories and draining bottles of wine when a stranger passed into their camp. The gnarled old man swayed drunkenly, demanded food, but the travelers had only enough for themselves. We have none to spare, good sir, lest we ourselves starve on the road, the nobles protested. His words slurred the man, neck demanding a bottle of wine. You have more than enough of that to share. You are drunk enough as it is, said a noble. Go home while you still know the way. The enraged drunken man, he kicked dirt over the bedrolls, knocked a crate of wine to the ground, and spit at their feet. You embarrass yourselves in your liege, said the Moon Court nobles. Begone, worthless drunkard. The Moon Court nobles shooed the old man away, taunting him with threats if he did not go in peace. At the edge of the clearing, the old man suddenly stopped. He stood, he stooped, posture, growing straighter, and looked upon them with clear, vengeful eyes. I am no fool, said the man, but a sorcerer of the Sun Court. The nobles shrank back in fear. You dared deny an old man food and drink, dooming him to die of exposure in the treacherous pass. We did not know. The nobles immediately began to protest, but the old man silenced them. For your wretched actions, for breaking the ancient laws of hospitality, I hereby damn you all to wander this mountainside forever. In the name of the Day Prince, you will be in body as terrible and vicious as you wicked hearts. And instantly the nobles of the Moon Court writhed in agony, twisting into hideous, snarling creatures of the darkness. The beasts now seek out wayward travelers, ripping them from limb to limb, forever driven to treat every stranger with the hostility that doomed them. It is said that to this day their shrieks of agony still echo in the bitter winter winds, whistling through the rocks and the trees of the mountain of beasts. Well, they sound like a fun bunch of guys, you know? 4 more things to go. Though the shadowed beasts seem to follow you, they don't dare approach. Kieran's face is grim, his pace punishing. Kieran, wait, please.
Why, are you cold? Do you need to rest? The wind at the mountain peak is fierce, but the threads of your travel outfit glow with continuous warmth. It's not that. I'm as warm as a kitten snuggled up by the fire. I only wanted to ask... Can you sense the heart piece? If I did, I would be blundering around about like a useless fool. You are wasting time. You shrink away at a sudden snap of anger. Ella, I apologize. The beast is clawing its way to the surface. Then we should hurry. He tugs you closer, tipping your chin up to face him with a single sharp talon. We will find the last heart piece, and at long last my curse will be broken. I will be whole again. A lump forms in your throat and you swallow around it. I need to tell him. Oh, this is not the time right now. You try to imagine a way this could turn out differently. That perhaps you wouldn't have to die to return his heart, or that you could tell him the truth without it feeling like a betrayal. What if Kieran only cares for me because I carry a piece of his heart? What if he thinks I've lied to him all this time? Kieran, what if it doesn't work? What will you do? He cradles your face gently in his clawed hand, his breath a ghostly cloud in the cold night air. There's no need to worry, the last piece is near. I know it. The important thing is I will be whole, complete, able to feel again. His eyes soften. Gazing into yours, you shiver as he gently runs a claw down your cheek. Perhaps then... He snaps out of it, jaw set with sudden resolve. Come. What am I gonna do when he realizes this heart piece won't restore him? Yeah, maybe he'll feed you the dogs. Shadowed beasts snap their jaws and dart across your path. You look between the two paths in front of you. The left one is covered in thick vegetation, while the other has a steep cliff. Yeah, I guess right. You bear right where the path is rocky and treacherous. You trip, scraping your knee. Ella. I'm okay. Kieran tosses something ahead of you. A tiny glowing fey light stands forth to illuminate your path. This should ease the way. You hurry onward, climbing further up the mountain until... cries out in sudden pain, tugging you to a halt. What's wrong? Ella, our time is nearly up. The beast... Hold on, please, just a little longer. Wait, I see something up ahead. It seems a trick of the light at first, but no, the glimmer ahead only brightens as you come near. There! You tow Kieran onward in a stumbling run. The dim red glow grows stronger, a soft pulse calling near. The glow emanates from the depths of a hollow buried underneath the gnarled roots of an ancient, massive tree. I think I can reach it. Ella. He tries to follow, but collapses, groaning on the ground. Ella, I cannot. You must. I'll get it, I promise. You climb down in the knotty web of roots, squeezing through the narrow space, entangling yourself in the hollow within. Almost there. Ugh! You freeze, frightened by the pain in his voice. You look back to see Kieran, backlit by bright moonlight. His writhing shadow is cast over you, shifting, swelling, changing. Kieran, stay with me. The transformation contorts his features. His voice is guttural, anguished as his eyes meet yours. Run. But you are frozen, transfixed by the horror, as the beasts take over. No. He's gone, and two black soulless eyes glare through your cage of roots. The monster opens its beak and screams. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Caught between the beast and its quarry, will you be able to escape your heart? And Kieran's intact. Find out next time on Dragon Ball! No, just kidding. Alright, well, without further ado, love your beautiful faces. Thank you for watching. It's very much appreciated that you're here, you support the channel, and continue to watch. Hopefully you guys don't have, like, an ad block on. It'd be greatly appreciated if you don't. I try with every single video to put far less
And I don't even, like, YouTube will typically, every video, suggest, like, 30. I mean, it really depends on the length. Like, some of my, DL videos that I've been posting up recently, that they'll, like, literally add, like, 30 plus. I typically dial that sucker down to, like, 5. I'm serious, because I want you to enjoy the content here on this channel. You know, yeah, I need a few drops in the bucket. But I figure, you know, if you're willing to watch, it's only right that you only watch, you know, it's kind of like watching a TV show, you know? Like every, like, 3 to 5 minute breaks in a TV show. That's why people just buy the stuff on DVD, Blu-ray, and stuff like that, or watch it online, because, you know, we're all tired of ads, you know? So I try not to do what a lot of other people do and just stack ad upon ad upon ad in a video. So do keep that in mind. It's just, you know, I usually, let me be honest with you, every Choices video has about 2 to 3. And that's about it. Versus some of the other videos I've seen have like 10 to 30, no joke. So, yeah, besides that, if you want to support the channel, please share it. Please get the channel out there to the world. You know, there's 8 million people. There's tons of content on this channel. There's 3,600 videos. Let me be honest. In terms of size, quality, and whatnot, I am literally one of the biggest content creators on YouTube. Seriously. I want to actually say the planet, if I'm going to be honest, because 8 billion people, I'm thinking of all the people who streamed for, like, you know, 4 to 6 hours to 8 hours a day, but then they take like a day or 2 off, so 5 days a week, and I'm just sitting there doing 365 days a year. I'm sitting there going, yeah, no, I still have more than enough videos. So, like, you would have had to have streamed 10 years straight, every single day, to be able to have as many videos as me, is what I'm saying. And I take pride in that. I take pride in the fact that I've done a lot of content, and it's very much a variety. So without further ado, I love you beautiful faces. Today's video was super short. Hopefully Pixelberry is not running out of content for this book. It's a halfway decent book. I enjoy reading it. And clearly you guys enjoy having me read it as well. So, yeah, without further ado, thanks for watching. Love you beautiful faces. Peace out.